everyone, I am back today with another requested video. This is a video on my handbag collection. I haven't been too keen to do handbag collection videos in the past, but after posting the designer handbags I sold and why video, I think it's a natural progression. As I was watching that video, getting it ready to post, I thought to myself, if I was someone watching this video, I would want to know what this person has left in her collection. Every bag that's still in my collection I've kept because I like it and I use it. That's the overarching why of why I have these bags left in my collection, but I'll give you a little bit more detail as I go through each one. These are in no particular order, but this is a stunning bag to start with. This is the Chanel reissue 225. This is the newest bag to my collection. I picked it up last year in Paris when I went with my girlfriend. It's got muted gold hardware. The sheen on it is incredible. It is a little bit on the blingy side, but I feel it's still neutral and I don't feel self-conscious wearing this. Double flap. This bag is great pretty much with any outfit. I do gravitate to this bag more when I'm wearing lighter colors or when I'm wearing navy blue. This bag looks amazing with navy blue or with an outfit like I'm wearing for this video. This is another Chanel reissue 225. The 225 size is equivalent to the medium large classic flap, I believe. It might be a tiny bit smaller than that. This is the black on black combination. I got this at the Chanel Rue Cambon in Paris a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. This is very similar to the gold reissue that I showed, except it's got the classic quilting. It is also a double flap. My third and final Chanel bag is also a reissue. This is the camera bag. I've done at least one what's in my bag video with this bag. I love this because it holds a ton of stuff. This I purchased pre-loved from Real Deal Collection. I love the silver color. It's again similar to the gold in that it is a bit blingy, but I don't feel self-conscious wearing it. It's got the silver chain strap. This holds a lot more than the double flap. It's got a full zipper along the top so you can close it up completely. There is a lot of room inside. This is the only bright color designer handbag left in my collection. This bag is the Alexander McQueen Razor bag. I'm not sure of the exact name of it. My husband bought me this quite a while ago and I really like it because it's a very convenient size. There is this beautiful stud detailing that you can actually remove if you don't want the bag to be as blingy. The reason I haven't sold this bag, aside from the fact that my husband bought it for me, although we're trying not to be sentimental with things in that way, I really like the size, the shape, the way it sits on me crossbody but a little bit higher. The bag just has a flap that opens up like this. There are a couple of compartments with a zippered compartment in the middle. Next up is another bag that my husband bought for me. This bag has seen better days, but I love it. He bought this for me as my wedding gift. We got married in 2009, so this bag is coming up to being 10 years old. It is a Prada tote. It is all leather and it's this really pretty eggplant color. I did wear this in the pouring rain a couple of times and it got completely soaked through. So the leather now is actually darker than it was when I got the bag. There is quite a bit of wear and tear on this bag. There are some threads that are coming out here. There's a little tear in the leather at the back, at the seam, but you can't see it because it's right along the seam. The leather is buttery soft and I still think it's a bag that pretty much goes with everything. I haven't reached for it in a while because I have my black tote from Le Tanner that I've showed in my most recent What's in My Bag video, but this one is a beautiful bag that I still really love. Next up is my beloved Mulberry Alexa. I almost sold this bag and I am so glad I didn't because I reached for it quite a bit. This is really my only neutral bag in a warm tone, like a brown, that is a larger size that I can wear with an outfit such as this. The reason I almost sold it was because I wasn't reaching for it because the strap I found was an awkward length. It was a bit too long for a shoulder bag and crossbody, the bag just sat really weird. A way to finagle the strap so it makes a perfect length shoulder bag, and now I reach for it all the time. There's a second reason why I didn't sell this bag. I actually did send a description of this bag to Real Deal Collection and I got an estimate back, and the estimate was very, very low. So to get back less than half of the purchase price of this bag, to me wasn't worth it. I'd rather just keep it and try to use it more, and the more I used it, the more I fell in love with it. Next, I want to talk about my last remaining Louis Vuitton pieces in the monogram print. I love this print, but I wasn't reaching for bags in this print. I have the Keep All 50. I don't have it in the condo right now, but I'm sure I have some photos of it here and there, so I will insert those in this video. This bag I also got from Real Deal Collection and I love it. I love the monogram print for travel. I just think it's very iconic and very beautiful. I also love the monogram print on small leather goods. This is the clay which I use every day as my wallet, and it also has my keys on it. I still have the agenda. This is the medium ring agenda. I use this every day as well. A hard copy agenda is essential in my life. It helps to keep me organized, and I would be lost without it. I tried for 2 years using my phone and I was a complete disaster. The final monogram piece that I have remaining in my collection is this cosmetic pouch. I do have stuff in it, but I keep it pretty much in the condo. I haven't brought this out with me because I have so many different makeup bags that I'm using, but I really, really like this. I initially bought this because I thought I could use it as a small clutch as well, but I haven't really been anywhere where I would take this as a clutch. This is the Givenchy Antigona. This is in the small size. They now have a mini size that's really cute as well. I didn't have a black structured bag, and that's the reason I purchased this one, and I still gravitate to it a lot if I'm going out for dinner or going to an event where I want something a little more structured and I'm bringing my DSLR, so I need something a little bit bigger. This is a great handbag. I've reviewed it before, but this is an older one, so I think they have a longer strap now that may or may not be detachable. That being said, I love this version because when I use the top handles, I feel the strap just looks perfect just at this length and falling in this way. I do wish the handles drop down so when I use the shoulder strap they don't dig into my armpit, but other than that I just really love this bag. One of you commented on my designer bags I sold and why video that I must love Balenciaga, and indeed I do. I still have Balenciaga in my collection, but I only have 2 pieces now as opposed to the multitude that I had before. This is the black Balenciaga Twiggy with regular hardware. It is from 2009. I got this from Real Deal Collection. I like that it's a little bit more east-west than the city bag. I think it's a really good alternative, and the benefit is that the Twiggy is usually less expensive because the city is kind of the iconic bag. I like to wear it as a shoulder bag. I like to carry it by the top handles. I can also carry it in the crook of my arm, and I also like to wear this bag crossbody. It sits up really high on me, but I like it. The last bag in my collection is this bag. This is another Balenciaga. This is the Pompon with giant silver hardware. I'm actually not a huge fan of the giant hardware anymore. I much prefer the regular hardware. That's another reason that I forgot to mention that I sold my Mimosa, was because it had the giant hardware. If you followed my channel for years, you'll know that this is the handbag that I dyed myself. This is now a black Balenciaga, but it used to be this color. It used to be Granny. Very beautiful light green, kind of like a Granny Smith apple, and I decided to keep the tag as an homage to the old color. I also avoided dyeing this little zipper pull. This bag I will always have in my collection, not only because I really love it and I still use it, but because I dyed it. I still get questions on it on that video, so I want to have it in my collection just to keep an eye on it. The color is still quite black. It hasn't rubbed off in any way, and the leather is not crackly or anything like that. It's quite soft and smushy. That is it for my handbag collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. As I mentioned in my other video, I am very happy with what I have in my collection, although it was a very long and expensive journey to get here. I'm going to echo the same sentiment from that video that designer handbags are definitely a luxury and not a need. If you have the money and you have the desire to own a designer bag, then I'm all for it. I'm just not an advocate of going into debt for something like this, however beautiful it may be. What I would recommend if you have an eye on a Chanel bag or whatnot is to save up the money for it. it and see if you still want to buy it once you've saved up enough money. Maybe by that point you'll see this chunk of money and you'll want to spend it on something else instead. One of you guys asked me in a previous video how I felt about designer inspired bags, not knockoffs. There are a lot of bags now with the Chanel type quilting, but not a Chanel bag, and it doesn't try to be a Chanel bag because it's not like they slap the logo on it. Or the Chanel quilted strap is very popular now. The shape of the Hermes Birkin is very popular. There are a lot of riffs on that. I have no issues with bags like that. I have a lot of bags that are not designer bags that I gravitate towards all the time now. I wear the Le Teneur bag a lot. I have Rebecca Minkoff bags. One of them is in the style of a boy bag, but it's really tiny, so I actually barely wear it because it's so small. I have a few of these types of bags and they are good quality. I feel good wearing them. I think they suit my style, and best of all, they're a fraction of the price of a designer bag. So I have both ends of the spectrum. I truly believe for fashion you should buy what makes you happy, but also what is within your budget. I would ask yourself, how does this bag make me feel? I would try to think about what you truly want and why you want a designer bag. If you buy a designer inspired bag, will you down the road still want the designer bag, or will you be happy with what you have? Those are some of the things I would consider before investing a lot of money in designer bags like I did. I went through a phase where I love them, and I still love the ones that I have, but they're not the be all and end all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back very soon with another one. Until then, please take care and bye for now.